I'm Alejandro Zúñiga, editor of the Tico Times, and since November 2017, when the article came out in National Geographic, I've been looking for what could be the world's happiest man. According to National Geographic, it is a man also named Alejandro Zúñiga who lives here in Cartago, and finally, I'm here to find him. Let's see if we can. According to the National Geographic story, Alejandro Zúñiga, the world's potentially happiest man, works at the Central Market here in Cartago. So that's where we started. We didn't have any idea what Alejandro looked like or even what part of this massive market he worked at. So we just walked in and we went to the first person that we found who looked like he had some spare time, and we asked him, hey, we're with the Tico Times. My name's also Alejandro Zúñiga. Do you know an Alejandro Zúñiga who's supposedly the happiest man in the world? His face lit up and he said, of course, it's Chamber. I was pleasantly surprised, but as it turns out, I shouldn't have been, because just about every single person we passed and talked to earlier today knew exactly who Chamber was. We were pointed around to 3 different locations in the Central Market when we finally met up with a man named Francisco, who said he had just been talking to Chamber a few moments ago and he'd take us to find him, and that's exactly what he did. We left the Central Market, we crossed the street to the Más por Menos, and with a loud whistle, he summoned him. Francisco summoned Alejandro Zúñiga. He introduced himself as Chamber, and I said, hey, I'm Alejandro Zúñiga too. And I told him we were with the Tico Times, and a whirlwind 30 minutes began. He first showed us some kitchen appliances that he was raffling off across the market. Our next stop was a small restaurant, a soda, where he had donated some money from having won the lottery to someone who now works as a cook at that soda. We then just walked down the street where he said hi to about a dozen different people, and everyone seemed happy to see him. And then we went back into the market itself, where he gathered up all of his closest friends. He told them there were people here taking photos, and just gathered them all together. And this is what happened. But we weren't done yet. Alejandro took us to a few more stands within the Central Market, where we met a few more of his friends. And then he took us a couple blocks away where he sells avocados for a living as well. So we really got the whole tour of Alejandro's work life, from the stores to the lottery to the friends he shares his daily life with, to the avocados he sells. The thing that struck me the most is, having grown up a significant part of my life here in Costa Rica and having spent the last 2 years here, is that Alejandro didn't seem that unique to me at all. I mean, yes, he has a larger than life personality. Yes, everyone knows that he was once named the happiest man in the world. But if you were just to meet him, he would blend into dozens or hundreds or thousands of Costa Ricans that you would meet. But seeing him walk down the street and seeing him interact with other people, it's the same sort of interaction that I've seen dozens of times every day, walking through the Central Market in San Jose, walking through the Farmers Market in Tijuas, walking through Feria Verde, walking to my grandparents' house in Orotina. It really wasn't all that unique for Costa Rica. There is something very special about meeting the person who has been supposedly named the happiest person on earth and thinking to yourself, I've met 50 other people who are like him, and I'll meet 50 other people who are like him in the upcoming year. And that's really cool. I didn't really know what to expect coming into today. I didn't fully register that I was going to meet this man who shared my name, who had been featured in National Geographic, and who was this larger than life personality here in Cartago. But I'm kind of blown away right now. That was a very special experience. Definitely one of my highlights of 2019, and I feel very happy right now. I don't know if he had anything to do with that personally, but I feel very lucky to live in Costa Rica. I feel very lucky to work for the Tico Times and be able to meet interesting people and share their stories. And I'm looking forward to doing more of that in 2020.